Usually when I do these videos and I talk to the camera, I bullet point things that I'm going to say, so I make sure that each sentence in the video is, I feel, somewhat useful or relevant, but it takes away some of that casualness of just having a bit of a chat. So today, to mix things up a little bit, I'm going to grab my vlogging camera, go for a little bit of a walk, take you with me, and just chat a little bit more casually without too much planning about a topic that I hope you will find interesting. So let's do that.
There's my keys, there's my paper clips. Today I posted a Snapchat asking what you guys wanted me to talk about in today's video, and somebody replied. This was from this username, I don't know how that's pronounced. Your recent Snapchat talk about creativity and how creative ideas come from working on it was really interesting. Would love to hear more. About 4 months ago I made a video about my creative process. You might want to check that out if you've not seen that already, but there was one thing I was thinking about a lot the other day that people seem to have found fairly interesting. The thing about being creative is that it seems like this really elusive thing that people either are or they aren't. Like, some people are creative and some people aren't creative. I myself have never felt particularly creative. I thought that, like, I'm good at learning magic and I'm good at sleight of hand and stuff, but I'm not especially good at creating magic. But I think that is quite a limiting belief, and I don't think that's how creativity works at all. Nowadays I think of creativity more as something that you practice and just something that is like a skill that you can develop as opposed to something that you innately have. So for example, I often find with things like creativity and inspiration that I don't necessarily have some great idea and then I start working on it. When I think about magic videos, I don't have like this, oh, I've got this great idea for a magic video, I'm gonna do it. Don't get me wrong, that sometimes does happen, but more often than not, I just start with any form of inspiration and then go from there. So for example, the paper clips video that I did recently, I didn't think of all these magic tricks I could do with paper clips and then make the video. It started by me going, I need to make a video, I want to do something with an object. What objects can I do magic with? Then I saw a box of paper clips and I was like, paper clips. There's got to be magic that you can do with paper clips. I don't know what that is. I've not thought about what that could be yet, but there's got to be something, right? So let's just go with that. And then it was just a case of buying a load of paper clips and just sitting and playing with them until different ideas formed. And the first ideas that I had weren't the ideas that I went with in the end. The actual routine, if I was going to sit down now and think paperclip magic, it wouldn't be, whoops, don't get hit by a bike. Sorry. So the actual routine that I came up with was so different from what my initial ideas were. My friend Dodie told me this story about when she met Ed Sheeran, and he gave her some advice on creating stuff, and he basically said that with writing music, it's like turning on a tap. At first you turn on the tap and you get all this muddy water that runs through it, but after a while it runs clear. That analogy or that metaphor is referring to when you create stuff, just create stuff, and most of it will be terrible, but after a while you'll start coming up with good ideas. I think that is gold advice. A lot of the time you don't get inspired until you start just working. It's like you don't get inspiration and then start working on stuff. You work on stuff to get inspired, and like you're not creative and then you work on things. You work on things which makes you creative. For me, my approach is just to learn as much magic as I can, work on as much magic as I can. That gives me like the tools in my head, and then I start working on ideas and I hope that creative stuff comes out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but yeah. So I guess the biggest thing I would want people to take away from this video is to not look at creativity as something that people innately have or that they don't have, and see it more as a thing that you can learn, or a skill that can be developed, or something which just takes a bit of trial and error. Don't limit yourself by thinking that you're not creative, because people tell me I'm creative and I really don't feel like I am innately creative. I just work on stuff until creative ideas happen to come. Let me know if you like this style of video. It's very casual, didn't write like a list of points to talk about, just wanted to talk about that idea, so I don't know if that's made it worse or better because of the casualness. But yeah, cheers for watching. Thank you. If you did enjoy it, maybe drop a little bit of a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Stephen Bridges. Those are all the things that you can do with your time now, and enjoy the autumn because leaves are nice, aren't they? Leaves are nice.